No, right. I'm telling you, I'm slowly convincing myself that this side of my body is indeed the left. I'm about to get tattoos. I used to use freckles on my hands as a kid, but you know, it's like the freckles change. And I was like, you used to have a freckle. I go, yeah, but now I have one on each index finger. I had one on one, and I could go, oh, which is the freckle hand? And now I'm like, well, now which one's which? So, now that we know which side is which, right knee to the outside edge of right shoulder instead of in alignment of or with. You got it, you got it, you got it. Now, if it's in your practice to fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, hinge at the hips, finding your fold in pigeon. Be with your breath. To deepen and lengthen the breath is to calm the nervous system, which in turn softens the body. Different way of saying when the body is soft, increased range of motion, increased flexibility. Now with your next inhale, coming back up onto hands, if you found the fold, option to bend into the left knee, maybe reaching back with the right hand to grab that foot. Beautiful. Yes, I see I've got a mermaid in the room. It's nice when my students can do asana that are not in my practice, because then you guys have a visual of where you're going. Thank you. And that's okay. With your next exhale, release that foot back to the earth, pigeon pose. Tuck those back toes, lift the knee. On the inhale, right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing foot to the mat. Pedal it out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, hug that thigh in. Inhale, send it back and up, keep the hips level. Third one, exhale, crunch, knee to nose, hugging that thigh into the chest. Inhale, send it back and up. This time, pigeon pose, bring that knee in, dropping that foreleg behind the wrists. Left knee to the outside edge of left shoulder. See, I can learn. Awareness of pelvis. In pigeon, we are evenly set on the pelvis. If there's tightness, left hip might be lifted. That's okay. Let it be lifted. To let it settle down on something, wrong side. Bring it wrong side all together. I take it back. So, if the left hip is lifted, you can fill in the space with a block or two or three or a block in a blanket, whatever it is, and then it gives yourself something to settle onto without losing the integrity of the shape. Again, if the fold is in your practice, inhale, lengthen, exhale, hinge at the hips. Finding your breath. Where can you release and soften? Where are you engaging? Spine is lengthening. The hips are opening. Shoulders are soft. Face is soft. Relaxing the hips so they can open. With your next inhale, coming back up onto hands if you found fold. We'll bend into the right leg, maybe reaching back for the foot. If reaching back for the foot, that bind is not there for you, that's okay. What can you do about it? Picture it happening in your mind's eye. So if you're exactly like that, pigeon with a bent knee, in your mind, You're saying there's no way, Jose, I'm never going there. But you practice it in your mind's eye. With your next exhale, release that back leg. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Inhale, leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing. Walk it out, pedal it out. Wave the spine to plank. Bring the shoulders to stack over the wrists. We are going to make our way down to our belly. If you want to add a vinyasa before you get down there, feel free. But I'll meet you on your belly. So hands to the mat alongside low ribs, elbows and shoulders hug back. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the head and chest, ground through the feet. Exhale, bring it back down. Soften, let it go. With your next inhale, lifting head and chest, shine the heart through. Exhale, release, bring it back down. Third one, inhale, lifting head and chest, shine that heart through. Option to hover, the hands engaging your own back muscles. What were you doing beforehand? You engaged them, but with the hands grounded, you used a lot of the energy of the earth to lift you. Exhale, release it all the way down. Walk the hands up to the top of the mat with your next inhale, Sphinx pose, pressing up onto forearms. Engage the legs, ground through the tops of the feet to help keep the low back nice and long. Now bending into the right knee, option to reach back for that foot. This one I've got, I know I've got this. Front hip grounds into the mat. Heel gently encouraged, drawn in towards the glute. Don't force and crank it. Don't pull as hard as you could ever pull. That's ego saying, oh, but I gotta get my heel to the glute. You really don't. Now, if you have that bind, holding foot, half bow, press the foot into the hand. Feel the shoulder pull back, chest opens. Exhale, release, come back through Sphinx. Bending into the left knee. Option to reach back for that foot. What happens if you're somewhere between reaching for the foot and not reaching for the foot? You get a go-go gadget arm or leg, aka a strap. You add a loop to the foot and you can hold on to the strap. You can even hold on to the strap up here over the shoulder. Go gadget. Now if you've got that bind, half bow, press the foot into the hand so you start to lift and open that left chest. The more you press, the more you open the chest. Exhale, mindful release, Sphinx pose. Release it all the way down, pillow for your forehead. Option to gently rock through the hips. This can help to reset hips and low back. You don't like it, you don't do it. You do like it, you do it even when it's not cute. Now release the arms alongside the body, palms face up. With your next inhale, lift the head and chest. Shoulders roll back, heart shines through. Locust. Maybe still grounding through hands and feet, using some of the energy from the earth. Exhale, release, bring it back down. Let the shoulders round towards the mat. Wonderful. So we can fully release and let go between sets. Now getting ready for round two, option to hover the hands if you didn't take that on that first round. With your next inhale, lift the head and chest. Shoulders roll back, maybe hands hover off of the earth. Find your breath. With your next exhale, release it back down, shoulders round towards the earth. Let them go. They give into gravity. Third and final, we'll have the option to hover both hands and feet if that's part of your practice. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Shoulders roll back, heart shines through. Maybe hands and feet hover. More intense the closer feet come to touch. Less intense, wider the legs. For 3, 2, 1. Release it all the way down. Let the shoulders round towards the earth. Now bring the hands beneath the shoulders. With your next inhale, press up through tabletop, send it back into child's pose. Encourage the tailbone to reach down towards the heels. Whether heels are touching hips or not, or should the hips are touching heels. Soften and release muscles of the face. Take a deep breath in through the nose, audible sigh, release it out the mouth. With your next inhale, pressing back up through tabletop, we'll make our way to our seat. Sweep the feet off to one side. Sit the hips back. Legs open out wide, coming to a seated straddle. Or straddle. Is seated? Sometimes I don't even understand what comes out of my mouth. Especially on those days I don't know which side is which, and you guys just seem to speak my language. I really appreciate it. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll bring right hand and arm to the inside of right leg. Inhale, left arm reaches up and over. Over to where? Well, the intention, I'll remind you, intention does not mean mandatory. The intention is for right fingers, left fingers to reach the opposite toes. Do they have to touch? No. Should you know your left and your right? Well, they try to teach you that in kindergarten. Inhale, come back through center, round the breath. Left hand and arm inside left leg. Inhale to reach right arm up and over. Towards the left toes. Now be mindful that you're listening to body versus ego when I say fingers to toes. Ego will say, oh, do whatever you need to do. Get the fingers to those toes, and then you got the shape. But then what happens to the integrity? It's out the window, my friends. Body says, nope, you're not going to reach those toes today. That's okay. With your next inhale, bring it back up. Round of breath. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. When you find your fold, release the arms down. Bring the hands and arms in to hold and support you. Bring the awareness to breath. Can you deepen and lengthen the breath? Can you calm the nervous system just a bit more? If you're already calm, you're already there. Plant the palms. With your next inhale, walk yourselves back up. Help close up the legs, give them a little wiggle or a shake. And then I have a question. Remember, you never have to answer. As we were in our wide leg forward fold, and I encourage you to bring your awareness to your breath. First part of the question, were you able to have awareness of breath and deepen and lengthen? And then part 2, part B, 1A, whatever it is. When you connected to your breath, did you feel it show up in the body? I'm seeing some yeses. I'm seeing some I don't know. There's no wrong answer. Let's get that out of the way. With practice and self-awareness, if you were one that didn't notice anything happen when you focused on your breath, I will say keep practicing. We can be distracted by a bunch of stuff. Whatever that stuff is. You can be distracted by a phone call that you had to get. I'm going to yoga, I have to hang up, and it's still playing in your head. You could be distracted from something 10 years ago. You could be distracted because you're hungry and you're thinking about where you're going to go on the way home to get stuff to make you dinner. As you continue to practice letting go of those distractions and being with your body and the moment, you'll start to pick up on little subtle things. So have no fear if your answer to those questions were no, with either I couldn't bring my awareness to my breath, I was way too distracted, or even when I didn't notice the difference. It's okay. For those of you who did, it's there you go. Every time you think you've gotten to where you're going on your yoga journey, another door will open. Another chapter's written. Another, a bus, a taxi pulls up and hey, we got a free ride, you wanna go? Go, see where it takes you. Let's make our way onto our backs, slowly reclining. Easy. And just because that bus or taxi pulls up that one time, doesn't mean it's gonna pull up again. Just because you went, oh, when I used my breath, I felt my body go deeper into the stretch. Doesn't mean that the next time you do that, you're gonna get the same results. Full body stretch. Arms reach up overhead, legs nice and long. With your next inhale, hug the knees in towards the chest, giving the low back a gentle rock side to side. Open the arms out wide to a T, palms face up. With your next exhale, release the knees over to the right, keeping the shoulders grounding into the earth. Option to turn and look back over the left shoulder. Option to take any other variation of a reclining spinal twist that you prefer.
How do you know when to point your toes or press your heels? Is that position specific?
Yes and no. Here in our reclining spinal twist, you can let the feet relax because we're trying to bring more relaxation through lower body and hips. Generally, I don't think I can think of any pose where you full out gymnastics point your toes. We'll go over it when we're not reclining and not looking. If you turn the gaze, first bring the head back to center. On your next inhale, knees draw in towards center. Exhale, take the knees over to the left. Maybe gaze to the right. So in a lot of yoga poses, feet and ankles are active as if we stand on them. When a foot lifts off of the mat, it tends to stay active, or I've heard the term, what is it? My dyslexia is let me say it. Floint. Floint? It's a point and a flex. I've also heard it like Barbie foot or stiletto foot, like you're permanently in a high heel. It's the action of pressing through the ball of the foot, flexing the toes back at the same time.
So when we're doing 3-leg and pulling our knee to our chest, when the knee's to the chest, the toes should be pointed, and when the knee goes back out, the heel should be pressing up. Does that sound right?
When the leg goes back out, yes, heel presses. When knee hugs in, it's that flointing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's very visual, I know. All right, return the gaze back to center. Inhale to hug the knees back in towards the chest. Taking a happy baby, reach between the knees to grab a hold of the pinky toe edges of the feet. Entire length of back from tailbone to head rounding into the earth. Movement or stillness, yogi's choice. Some happy babies like to rock. With your next inhale, hug the knees back in towards the chest. Active wind releasing pose. Hug those knees in, tuck the chin, lift the shoulders. How small can you make yourselves? With your next exhale, release and lengthen. Take up some space. Any other movements or stretches that your body is asking for, honor those. If it's something that's going to help you practice your stillness in Shavasana, go for it. Because ultimately, that's what we're practicing. We're practicing, I hate saying nothing. You're practicing just being, just existing in space and time. Allow the eyes to gently close if they haven't already. Take a deep breath in through the nose, audible exhale, releasing out the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh, let it go. One more deep breath in. Sip in even more air. Bigger breath than you thought you could. Exhale, release it all. Leave it here. Shavasana. physical body. Allowing the breath to naturally deepen as you invite subtle movements, wiggling fingers, toes, circling out wrists and ankles. Reaching the arms up overhead, finding a full body stretch from fingers to toes. Mindfully drawing the knees in towards the chest, making your way over onto your right hand side, fetal position, eyes closed. Pausing here to allow the body to fully awaken and reacclimate, I invite you to bring to your awareness the intention that you set at the start of practice. Either releasing that intention if it no longer serves you, or continue to carry it with you through the rest of your evening, I offer you this. The universe does this thing where it aligns you with people, things, and situations that match your vibration. The higher you're vibrating, the more you will attract things that are beneficial to your well-being. Using the strength of the upper body, you'll press yourselves up, coming to meet in Sukhasana, easy seat, eyes closed, palms to touch at heart center in Anjali Mudra. As we sit up nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of the head, we'll release the chin ever so slightly in towards the chest as a sign of gratitude and place smiles upon our faces. Loka samasta, sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. It's been a huge honor and a great pleasure for me to guide you on your yoga path. I thank each and every one of you for showing up for yourselves and sharing your energy with the group tonight. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening, and until I see you next time, yogis, make good choices. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie.
You are very welcome. Free to move about the cabin. If you have any questions, I'm not going anywhere. If you are sticking around, what's today, Tuesday? Is it Nidra night?
Yeah.
If you're sticking around for Nidra, you'll be in this room, so you can probably just leave your stuff exactly where it's at, unless you want to find a different spot for Nidra. So 4:30 on Tuesdays, we've got our free slow flow class. Wednesdays at 11, we've got our free basics. Kiara's New Moon Earth Day Yoga is this Saturday.